So now we are in the Summer Palace. We are about 20 kilometers away from the city center. Just like I mentioned earlier, this area seems like the Summer Palace for the emperor, and the Forbidden City used as the Winter Palace for the emperor and their ladies. But most of the buildings here were rebuilt around the time of 1888 or 1903 by the Dragon Lady. Dragon Lady spent a lot of time in this area, pretty much around 8 months in the Summer Palace. So at the end of the Qing Dynasty. Let's take a look at this map, Chris. Okay. So this is the size of the Summer Palace, equivalent to the size of 4 Forbidden City. Yes. And the Summer Palace, 3/4 of the Summer Palace is taken up by this huge lake, Kunming Lake. And the most important buildings were built at the foot of this longevity hill in 1750 to celebrate the emperor's mother's birthday. So most of the buildings were built in 1750 because it was the emperor's mother's birthday. And the emperor renamed the hill as the Longevity Hill to celebrate his mother's birthday, and the lake as the Kunming Lake. But the thing is, most of the buildings were destroyed and seriously damaged in 1860 and 1900 successively by the British, French Allied forces and 8 countries Allied forces. The Dragon Lady restored most part of the palace in 1888 and in 1903. The palace we are looking now is the Hall of Benevolence and Longevity. Here was the place where the emperor, empress, or the Dragon Lady to handle the state affairs while they are working in, while they were living in the Summer Palace. So this is like a government building where they handle the daily affairs. And also we'll be seeing the living residence of the emperor and also the living residence for the Dragon Lady. And then walking along this longest corridor in the world, 728 meters long. Because the emperor's mother enjoyed the scene of the lake.
It's like a walkway?
Yeah, that's a covered walkway.
All
Those are small buildings. They have different functions, like a small market where the emperor and the empress, the concubines will dress themselves like the average people. Those eunuchs and the palace maid will dress themselves as the discount.
A lot of other people live here.
A lot of them. Only the people who work for the emperor or from the royal families. A lot, yes. So that's the area they were, pretending to be the vendors or the buyers to do the business in that area. But most of them they lived in that area. So this is our major traveling route, walking along this long corridor, the longest corridor in the world, because the emperor's mother enjoyed the scene of the lake in rainy days, where we can feel this nice and cool breeze, 5 or 6 degrees from lower than in the city. Okay, so
That's cute.
that's a small island. We can spend like 3 hours walking in the Summer Palace, but today we just visit the most important ones. And the first one is called the Benevolence and the Longevity. If you are benevolent, you will enjoy the longevity. That's what it says in the Confucius theory. And the courtyard is decorated by 5 pieces of the rocks, 2 on this side, another 2 on the other side, symbolizing 4 seasons of a year. There's another one standing right next to the door. That one symbolizes longevity to celebrate the Dragon Lady's birthday. So this is the place where it's called the Hall of Jade Repose. The Jade Repose, like the water repo. So here was the place where the emperor lived. But here was also the place when the emperor was given the house arrest by the Dragon Lady. That emperor who was trying to reform the country for modernization of China, just like what Japan adopted in 1860s. But the Dragon Lady said that I would rather lose out the country than carry out the reform. And then she staged this palace coup and put the emperor under the house arrest right here in this palace for 10 years. Until the day when that emperor died. The emperor died only 1 day before the Dragon Lady passed away, died at the age of 38 years old. Some people said that he was poisoned by the Dragon Lady. So before he passed away, the Dragon Lady picked up that little boy to be the new emperor of the country. That was the last emperor.
She was gonna die, or did
She knew.
she was dying?
Yeah. She said that I would die. I wouldn't let him die after me. If he died after her, he would restart the reform and change her policy. So he said that he was a poison to the dragon.
Yeah.
So
The last Emperor movie doesn't have the dragon lady in it?
no, only at the beginning. At the beginning part of the movie, that was the time when she was about to die. Let's go up a little bit. So that's the place where they set up the fire, set up the charcoal underneath. And then the warm air will be traveling through those passages hidden underneath the floor. Here, this is the palace called Yiyun. Half of Yiyun is kind of an herb. It can keep the books from catching the insect. So which used a lot as a bookmark to keep the books from the bookworms. Originally, around the time of 1750, which used as the place for storing the books, as a small royal library. But at the end of the Qing dynasty, which is used as the living residence of the empress. So the empress lived in this palace, those small palaces on the both sides of it, for the two concubines of the second emperor from the end of the Qing dynasty. But the empress and the emperor didn't get along very well.
The emperor and the empress?
They didn't get along very well. They hate each other. Because the emperor thought that the empress was designated by the dragon lady to marry him and to spy on him. So they hate each other. They never slept together.
But he's got his concubines.
Yeah, he loved one concubine very much. But the thing is, in 1900, the dragon lady asked the eunuch carry the favorite concubine of the emperor on shoulders, toss her into a water well, killed her at the age of only 24 years old. So the emperor, after that, he lost his love, never get into a very good relationship with the other ladies. So that's why that emperor had no children. Okay, never had those, never slept with this empress. This is the highlight in the summer palace. This building is called the Hall of Happiness and Longevity, originated from the Confucius theory. If you are happy, you will enjoy the longevity. The dragon lady lived in this palace during her stay in the summer palace.
She only lived till 59, you said?
73.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, 73. And she lived here from April to October for the rest of her life, after 1894, after 60 years old. And this palace is decorated. In front of the palace, there's a bronze deer, bronze vase, and a bronze crane, symbolizing the universal peace, according to their Chinese pronunciation. And inside the palace, there's a table, a dining table. Whenever the emperor had the lady had lunch or dinner in this place, people would prepare like 128 courses for her. Although she tasted only a few of them,
28?
yeah, 128, but she doesn't care about the waste. Each of our meal could feed 4,000 people for a day. And right above the table, there's a chandelier that the first electric light appeared in this country. A chandelier.
I've got to research this lady.
Yeah. And this huge rock standing over here, right in front of this courtyard. This rock, has a name, an interesting name. It's called a family bankruptcy stone. Because all those are family bankruptcy, does it make sense? Yeah, that's the first founded by a Ming official in the Ming dynasty. He was a crazy lover of this rock. He spent all the money trying to ship this huge rock from southern Beijing to his own garden, but he didn't succeed. Although he spent all the money that he had, and he left this huge stone on the roadside. And 100 years later, which is spotted by the emperor. The emperor ordered people to ship this huge stone from the roadside to his own garden in the summer palace to decorate his mother's courtyard. And but which caused the bankruptcy of that official. That's why it's given the name the family bankruptcy stone. Okay. Now let's go a little bit.